everyone, welcome back. We've got a lot to unpack today. First off, let's dive into that narrative floating around that the Steelers settled for Aaron Rodgers this offseason. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, Pittsburgh's quarterback wish list reportedly went Matthew Stafford first, then Justin Fields, and only after that did they consider Rodgers. But let's be real, Stafford was never a real possibility. The Steelers reached out, but the LA Rams had zero interest in moving their franchise quarterback. It was more wishful thinking than an actual plan, suggesting the Steelers preferred. Stafford is like saying they wanted Patrick Mahomes. Nice fantasy, but not grounded in reality. Then there's the talk about Justin Fields. Apparently, Pittsburgh was open to bringing him back at roughly $15 million per year over 2 years. Solid. Money, but not starter-level commitment. They made him an offer before free agency officially began, which is allowed internally, but it came with a caveat. You compete with a veteran QB and you earn the starting job. That's fair, but here's the catch. Fields apparently wasn't thrilled by the challenge of another quarterback battle, especially when the Jets came calling with a better deal and a guaranteed starting role. Pittsburgh simply chose not to match that. No slight, just business. The truth is, when free agency hit, the Steelers were all in on Aaron Rodgers. They had their eyes set on him from the jump. Schefter's list put Rodgers third. But the truth? Pittsburgh prioritized Rodgers. They didn't want a QB competition. They wanted their guy locked in. And that's exactly what they got. Fielding Fields would have been possible if they fully committed and matched. But that didn't happen. And you know what? That's fine. Everybody got something they wanted. Fields gets his chance to lead in New York. Rodgers gets to chase a title in Pittsburgh. And the Steelers get a veteran QB who actually gives them a shot to win right now. Let's talk specifics. Fields was offered 2 years, $30 million, $15 per season. That's on par with high-end backup contracts like Daniel Jones' deal in Indianapolis, but Pittsburgh drew the line there. They weren't willing to go higher, and they definitely weren't willing to hand him a starting job outright. When the Jets offered more money and guaranteed the starting role, Fields took it, and the Steelers stepped aside. And that's when they pivoted fully to Rodgers. Why? Because they believed Rodgers was the one who could actually deliver immediate results. As for Rodgers, this wasn't just a consolation prize. The Steelers pursued him aggressively and saw value, enormous value, actually. They're paying Rodgers less than what the Jets are paying Fields this year. And that tells you something. Rodgers has playoff experience, a quick release, and still elite pocket presence. He's the kind of quarterback who gives the defense confidence and gives the team a chance to make a run right now. Fields, on the other hand, despite upside and athleticism, has 0 playoff starts. If Pittsburgh is in win-now mode, that experience matters, and Rodgers brings it. So let's set the record straight. Pittsburgh didn't settle for Rodgers. They targeted him. They were smart about contract value, not desperate. They didn't rush into a long-term commitment with Fields, and they stuck to their philosophy. Fields gets his fresh start in New York with a team eager to invest in him. Rodgers gets a clean opportunity to chase a Super Bowl in Pittsburgh's strong organizational culture, and the Steelers get the veteran leadership and play-driving power they needed. Now, looking beyond the QB saga, let's shift to day 3 of mandatory minicamp. A lot went down in Southside Pittsburgh. On the defensive side, DK Metcalf, make that our star wideout, showed up and stole the show. Their defense has been loud, communicative, and energized. That secondary, Cam Sutton, Joey Porter Jr., Dante Jackson, has been raking in. Praise for their pre-snap chatter and coverage cohesion. Last year, communication breakdowns in the secondary cost them. But this year, veterans and coaches like J. Gerald Alexander have drilled home the importance of constant communication. And it's paying off. They're locked in. Plus, newcomer Juan Thornhill has looked sharp. Fast, instinctive, flying all over the field. Healthy and hungry, the veteran safety is carving out a role in nickel and dime packages, just the kind of ball-hawking presence that could be a secret weapon for this defense. The trio of Minkah Fitzpatrick, Deshaun Elliott, and Thornhill, nicknamed Double Deuce by some fans, has serious upside. Flip to offense. Guard Broderick Jones, first-round pick, is shifting back to left tackle where he played in college. At right tackle the last 2 years, he showed potential but was inconsistent. Now, lighter by about 15 pounds, he's more mobile, more agile. He's adapting well but still needs technical consistency. fewer penalties, better footwork. If he hits his stride, Pittsburgh could have a solid cornerstone on the blind side. The backfield is seeing some action too. Third-round pick Caleb Johnson has impressed early, but his pass protection remains a work in progress. That's okay. In a backfield rotation with Jaylen Warren, a guy known for protecting the passer, Johnson has the space to grow, showing hustle and coachability. If he keeps this up, he could develop into a true dual-threat back. And outside, rookie passer Will Howard, 6th rounder, didn't shine during OTAs, but he's bounced back in minicamp. He's hit seam routes to Darnell Washington, shown pocket awareness, and even Aaron Rodgers has praised his processing speed and football IQ. That kind of quarterback progression in just a couple of weeks is impressive and bodes well for training. Camp competition. Speaking of Rodgers, he's looked great. Quick release, sharp footwork, natural pocket mobility, the same traits we've admired in his prime, still on display. His chemistry with the wideouts and his ability to manipulate defenses and drills are encouraging signs. You can sense the buzz around the facility. Rodgers still knows how to get it done. Coach Mike Tomlin also shared some insights. No significant injuries this camp. A big positive for a team aiming for roster health heading into camp. On TJ Watt, Tomlin said the situation is manageable and will come to resolution, though no timeline was given. Watt's presence this year could be pivotal, so fingers crossed it all gets settled soon. Tomlin also shifted the practice times again this year, afternoon sessions this time around. Last year it wasn't hard enough, he joked. This time, he's turning the heat up, literally, to simulate game conditions and challenge the team mentally and physically. That's the Steelers standard. Train hard, think sharper. Looking ahead, we've got throwing sessions coming up in Malibu with Rodgers and his weapons. DK Metcalf, Roman Wilson, Calvin Austin III, Robert Woods, Pat Fryermuth, Darnell Washington working out together. These sessions are vital for building rapport pre-camp, and the picturesque California backdrop doesn't hurt morale. Expect videos and social media highlights soon. That's your wrap on day 3. Later today on our live show at 5 p.m. Eastern, we'll recap winners and losers from minicamp, break down more segments, and even roll out a Madden simulation. You won't want to miss it, so hit subscribe if you haven't. Drop a comment on who you think should be the starting quarterback, type AR, for Aaron Rodgers or JF for Justin Fields, and we'll pin it to the top. And hey, if you're grabbing a Rodgers jersey, you know where to go. All right, that's it for this segment. Back soon with more Steelers talk. See you then. Now, as we shift our focus to what's coming next for the Steelers, there's a real sense of anticipation building toward training camp in Latrobe. That break between minicamp and camp is where players separate themselves, not just on the field, but off it, by how they prepare, how they study film, how they show up on day one. Aaron Rodgers knows this. He's organizing those off-season throwing sessions in Malibu, and he wasn't shy about the location. He joked that it's going to be hard convincing guys to join him in sunny California. Let's be real. Every receiver in that room is probably booking their flight already. These workouts matter. They're more than just passing drills. They're about timing, building trust, learning tendencies. Rodgers will be working closely with DK Metcalf, who is expected to be the focal point of this passing attack. But beyond Metcalf, guys like Roman Wilson, Calvin Austin III, and even veterans like Robert Woods need this time to connect with their new quarterback. And let's not forget about the tight ends. Pat Fryermuth and Darnell Washington both have the potential to be huge assets for Rodgers in the middle of the field. If they develop that nonverbal communication we see elite QBs have with their top targets, this offense could be dangerous right out of the gate. Meanwhile, the energy around this team feels different. There's a balance between experienced leadership and young players eager to make their mark. That blend is exactly what makes Pittsburgh so interesting this season. On defense, players are feeding off each other. You can sense that renewed chemistry and commitment. Guys like Minka, Fitzpatrick, and Cam Hayward are the anchors, but the younger talents like Joey Porter Jr. are stepping up vocally and physically. This defense wants to be feared again, and it looks like they're building something special behind the scenes. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a stunning and unexpected turn of events that has sent shockwaves through the NFL community, rumors are swirling that Joe Burrow, the star quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals, might be suiting up for the Pittsburgh Steelers in the near future. While nothing has been officially confirmed, insiders and analysts alike are buzzing with speculation about what could be one of the most dramatic player moves in recent memory. Burrow, who has been the face of the Bengals franchise since being outdrafted, has built a reputation as one of the league's brightest young talents. His precision, leadership, and clutch performances have earned him respect across the board. However, whispers from inside the league suggest a potential shakeup could be on the horizon. The idea of Burrow wearing the iconic black and gold Steelers uniform, a team with a storied history and passionate fan base, has left fans from both cities holding their breath. Sources hint that discussions between Burrow's camp and the Steelers' front office have taken place, with talks centered around a possible trade or signing that could redefine the AFC North landscape. The Steelers, known for their hard-nosed defense and blue-collar mentality, might be looking to pair that identity with Burrow's dynamic offensive prowess. For the Bengals, this would mark a huge shift, potentially signaling a rebuild or retooling phase that could affect their strategy moving forward. The rivalry between Cincinnati and Pittsburgh adds another layer of intrigue to the story. Burrow's transition to the Steelers would not only be a massive change for the player himself, but would also intensify the competition between the two teams. Fans are already imagining the electric atmosphere of a future Bengals-Steelers showdown, featuring their former star quarterback now leading the opposing squad. While some insiders remain skeptical, noting the complexities of contract negotiations and the high stakes involved, the possibility alone has ignited heated debates on sports, talk shows, and social media platforms. Could the Steelers be planning a bold move to secure a franchise quarterback that elevates them back to championship contention? And would Burrow embrace the challenge of leading a new team with a different culture and expectations? As the offseason unfolds, all eyes will be on the unfolding saga. Whether this rumor materializes into a blockbuster trade or simply remains a tantalizing what if, the potential of Joe Burrow in a Steelers jersey has already captured the imagination of NFL fans nationwide. Stay tuned as more details emerge, because if this story proves true, it will go down as one of the most unforgettable moments in recent NFL history. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.